he made 2 final tables. Was he on for 8 hours or something? That guy. And he gets knocked out by aces. Still second place, man. Okay, so this hand, I'd like to start with a call here. We got a lot of outs. This guy is playing a lot of hands. 48, that's like half the deck. We got top pair, and now we got straight against the guy who plays half the deck. How can we lose, right? So I like quite a. Nah, just go for a big bet. See this half pot bet here. It's a bit like, say you're a salesman, right? And you're selling something very specific that only a certain number of people buy. Like, say you sell wine for cats, okay? Now, there's only going to be a few people who are going to buy wine for their cats, so it doesn't matter if you sell the wine for $10 a bottle or $100 a bottle. If someone wants to buy wine for their cat, they're going to buy it. Cats get thirsty too, right? They want to drink sometimes. So, it's the same thing here. Like, he's either calling or he's not. Just bet big. I mean, if he's got the hand he should be calling with, which is a set, which he definitely doesn't have, or 2 pair, he's never folded anyway. Alright, so we could have made a bit more there. That's played. We should definitely bet this river. Yes. I don't know what is going to happen in these videos. I haven't watched them yet. I should really start screening them. I might have to start screening them for next week. Okay, so I like this Queen 9 open on the button. We have a gut shot here, so... Okay, rather than betting the flop and betting the turn, I think we're going to get to see it cheap. I think if we check, then this guy's going to check to us on the turn and we can make a delayed continuation bet. That's what I suspect from his stats. Let's have a look. That is the next best thing to do, is make a bet, but then it gets a bit tricky on the turn whether we want to bet again. He's going for it. He's a brave man. This is play that a man with 4 arms would do. I like it. He took it down. If the opponent bets into us on the turn, we can raise them as well. By not betting the flop, we get protected against being check raised as a bluff too. When they bet out on us on the turn, it will be with everything they called with pre-flop. We can just raise them, and we'll definitely got our gut shot out, but we may have 2 overcards and they might just fold a better hand anyway. So I prefer making that play. Still, if you know they fold the turn a lot, betting the flop is good too. I like this cool pre-flop with the 10 jack. Oh, it's a tricky turn. I don't think we're winning. I think as played we've got to fold. I don't mind taking 1 stab on the flop when he checks to us there. Okay, so we're going to raise his hand. Let's look at his sizing. So Hero has made it 15. I prefer it a little bit bigger since we're going to be opening quite tight under the gun. Still, it's only a tiny little thing. I'm already itching to play. Got ages left. That is really interesting. So the big blinds we raised us here, and he's got $3. Okay, because it's 5-0, I think we should call, and also because this guy has I know he's only played 1 hand, right? but he's played and raised that hand. So I suspect he's just trying to win every hand right now. Yes, I think we should start by calling here. Okay, so we whiffed the flop. He's probably gonna bet. It's a shame. We gave ourselves a chance. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on there? Is that a call on the flop? Oh man. He's got one bet left. He's gonna do it. I think we won. Ah, such a nasty spot. Unlucky hero. Unlucky Moxie. I do not think he was going to fold the turn if you bet either. Getting some hands. That's why this fast forward's great. Every time you just have an awesome hand. I don't think we should be raising this guy under the gun with jacks unless we know him a bit better and know he's quite bad and can call with worse. Prefer a call. Because it's a min raise, it's okay actually. I'd make it a bigger sizing there. So on this board, I like betting twice. We can probably get called by pocket pairs like 5s to 10s, whatever he's got. We should definitely take a stab here of about 60% of the pot. Nice. Okay, so with this one, I want to see a raise. So I'd like it to be about 25 cent. Always give them a decision. Like, if you're going to make it 15 or something, they're just gonna call with everything, and some other people might come along if you make it cheap. So yeah, just make it big. Always make them think. Try and think of the size where they call 50% of the time. So yeah, just think of your opponents. It's usually gonna be about 25 cent here. $20's good. Note that we can still get all the money in by making it 20 against this player quite easily when we hit. And if we bet, we know we're going for it. I do think betting is the best way to go. Half pot seems fine. Yeah, so that's good open, 6-7 from that position. This hand is, yeah, pretty much the bottom of what we're going to be opening there. So I think the only way we're gonna win this one is by betting and hoping they fold. I think we should bet once and give up unless we hit a heart. 5 of hearts would be pretty good. Half pot's fine. I mean, they won't notice, but when we're betting half the pot, we're just going to be bluffing quite a lot here. I think we should give up still. I know we've picked up equity, but I don't think this guy's going anywhere. He takes it. Okay, I like that. Folding Jack 10 there. I don't think that's strong enough to play. This is interesting. I think we should overcall here to let in the player who's limped and try and play a pot with them, because we're almost certainly going to be ahead of the cards they're playing. We're not loving it, but it's pretty good. I don't really like raising this hand because we want to play a pot against this guy. So what we've essentially done here is, this player, sure, he might be isolating this guy with a weaker range, but when we re-raise him, we're forcing him to decide what to do straight away and blowing the fish out of the pot. Assumed fish. I mean, he hasn't played any hand, but he's limped, so he's got no marks there in my book. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think we could have saved that one. I really like that opening size. Looked like we were going to try and call that one there. I know they're suited, they're nearly connected, sort of double gapped. So we've called a really tight player who opened in first position with ace jack. I don't think we should be calling this player. It's gonna seem really tight, isn't it? This is my first really tight point of the day. So I don't think we should be calling this under the gun player with ace jack here. I think we should be minimum ace queen, and ace jacks must be suited. Okay. As played, I don't mind a check back either. Hopefully they'll come out firing on the turn with whatever pocket pair they have. Assuming we're winning, so that's good. We can just call it. That's kind of unfortunate. It means he might have some more stronger hands. I mean, we just call, but we weren't loving it. Yeah, so you don't really want queens and jacks and that's it. The board 10 was a pretty bad card. I mean, jacks, how can he have jacks? We have a jack, right? Blockers. Something. It's going to be tough to win this one. I think that was a fold pre. Okay, we're playing this. Right, so he's opened under gun. We don't need to raise so big here. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking when I get ace king. If the opponent, if we can raise about a third of our opponent's stack pre-flop, we can shove every flop, assuming that they flat with hands like ace king, ace queen, and then fold to the bet. It's really good because sometimes they will fold even though it's a massive mistake after putting a third of their stack in. I actually prefer here to make it about 25, and that way they definitely call with everything. They might push all in, which we call immediately, but it lets us get away from it. With the relative stack sizes, we don't need to make it this much. Yeah, we definitely wanted them to continue there, the hand that strong. We don't know how the big blind's going to react. I mean, this guy's folded to these re-raises before, so I mean, it's very small. It's very small size there. Hands, only 50 hands or so. I like this play a lot more if he's opening from the cutoff position, but from this position, I don't really like it. Plus, this guy, he's. I mean, I always get worried. I mean, I've got no stats on him, but he's called us immediately, which makes me think it was one of the reasons why you don't do this against unknown players in the blinds. Because that's going to make it very difficult. We're committed against him now if we hit. I don't know if that's good or bad. Plus this guy's probably coming along now too. Alright, this is just really awkward. I think the only way we can play this now is bet half pot and hope he folds, but after that cold call pre-flop, I think it's just not going to happen often enough. Yes, these, just try and check it now. Well played, hero. I would not have taken that one down. Because it's a min raise, I don't mind calling this one as long as we're pretty sure that these guys here are never going to re-raise, and I don't think they are. That was a tight fold. That was tighter even than me. This one's interesting. So you can raise this hand to test the waters with and just make it a bit bigger than usual because you actually want everyone to fold, you don't really want to play it. Without information that I think they're folding a lot, I think we can just call this hand on the bottom. I'm interested to see what he does because he did fold that Queen 10 earlier, so we'll see what happens. Went for the conservative route. I'm not a big fan of this call pre-flop. As played, it is a check call, but we do not like it. I think Jack Queen would be the hand I'd start calling with here. That's a great turn. Should definitely bet. I think we should just go ahead and bet a little bit bigger here, because if he's checked back, it's probably because he's got two overcards, which he may peel with if it's king high, like king queen and king 10. Even like a random suited king might call us there. That 5-7 confused still the blinds if you think they're going to fold. It's right at the bottom though. Way at the bottom. I think we can nick this one. Just go ahead, raise it big. As I said last week, I'm not really a big fan of that small raise size. I like just getting the hand over with. Like the 17 raise is good. Not $17, 17 cents. Definitely would like raising this one up. Don't mind this open so much for a few reasons. This is, I mean, I don't open this every time, but I like it because I think the big blind is definitely coming along. We can get heads up against them, so it's going to be a really good position. And I think these guys around the button are going to be folding too much as well. Probably open it about half the time. This is excellent playing selection. Like, everyone on all these tables seems crazy. I wonder what time he was playing this. So we've raised and hit bottom. I mean, it's too weak to check call, really. I think we can just bet and give up. Just bet once. Definitely bet now. I think we might be ahead. To pot size bet, I don't really think we can continue here. He's got Moxie. Hero's got Moxie. He just had trips. Yeah, I think that hand's a bit too weak to check call with, so I think it's better to bet it ourselves. But it's not really a value bet. We just want the hand over with. Again, that's why I like raising more pre. Not a fan of this 9 high on the turn. But I guess he's going to bluff it now because of club claim, but I think it's the only way you can win. Let's hope he believes. Oh, he had the clubs. Why does that always happen, huh? Did we go for 4 big blinds? I would have liked that. Okay, so open buttons 12-2, that's fine. Again, I think it's better than a min raise because you just want it over with. Okay, so I'm interested to see how this player is going to react, but I would. This player is on the tighter side, but I would start by raising. So I like raising these bets a lot, especially when they're min bets. We usually have 2 overs if they do call, and they don't call very often. I would bet a turn as well. I'm not super happy because this guy seems pretty tight, but when they bet into you, it usually means that they're not happy check calling a bet and they're trying to keep the pot really small, so we want to do like the opposite of that. Plus, if we raise the flop, bet the turn, and the river goes check check, we can see what they're doing it with and give us better information next time and make a note. That's a great turn card for us. I feel like there's a lot of cards that could kill our action now. I don't really think the opponent has anything though, but I do think we should raise. They need to make it big, maybe make it like 20 or so. I don't think they're on a flush draw, but if a club comes, it just kills our action. 8 or 9, it's not good for us. If he's got 10, I'll probably call anyway. But I'm pretty sure he hasn't got a 7. It's a big bet. He's probably value betting a 10 here. Is there any point raising? I don't think there's much point raising here. Because he's a pretty tight player. If we do raise, we need to make it really small. Make it like 50. Because this is... this looks like he has a jack now, but I don't know what jack he would be betting there. I guess he's just betting a 10. He's got ace 10 or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I do think a little raise is better. When we make these raises, we have to know that we're definitely folding to further action. So prepare yourself for that when it happens. Oh, just remembered when that cut out, he made it 77 and the guy folded. Yeah, so I I was playing this today, the 5-0 fast forward on Party Poker. I logged in about 11 AM, played for about an hour, and I was just seeing how much I could win in like 1,000 hands, and I managed to get to like 600 big blinds, so like just over $30. And I was thinking, this has got to be a record. And I actually was thinking I'm just keep building it and building it up right up until the show. So I think I'd have to keep playing like every half hour or so I don't time out. You know, just see like, this has got to be the record. Like I could really go for the record and maybe log in at 9:30 and have $100 on the 5-0 game. And then in this video, I just look at it and he's got like $59. That's the most I've ever seen. That's insane. I mean, where's the bit of the video where you build that up, man? What? You can't just pop in with this much money, right? Okay, so first time we get kings. He's going to build it up even more. Probably going to get to $70 now. So I like betting free streets here against this particular player. I think it's better to go quite big on the flop just in case the turn brings overcards. I mean, obviously the ace is bad because it's the card we don't want to see, but there's loads of cards that are bad, like jacks and queens and things. If he's got pocket nines, if he's got pocket tens, they're going to be the hands that definitely get scared off when those overcards come. So we should bet big now to get calls from those hands. Like this guy, he's not folding it. He's not folding like tens or anything now. Let's bet big. A little small. Could have gone bigger. Yeah, if he's got ace high, he's folding anyway. God, I wonder how many people this guy has had to stack to get all this money, or if he just won like one massive freeway all in or something. Where's that hand, man? That was probably a record-breaking hand if it was that. Now, in the previous video, I think we fast folded this button with 5-7, but now we're opening it. So I think he's filling his oats a bit now. He's feeling himself a bit, you know? I think this fast card guy was in the last video as well. I seem to remember an ace-queen situation where it folded to his big blind. And we waited until he sorted his life out, deciding whether to call or not. Like that open there. This is good stuff. Nah, just let it go. You want to fast forward a few more hands till we get more aces. Don't need to defend these. Haven't thought of a term for that. It's definitely a term we can use. Yes. So we really want to get involved with this big blind and small blind here. That hand is like aces against them. Okay, we don't need to defend this. Yes, correct. Okay, so open this to the 12. That's the sizing we've been using. Okay, we are probably gonna bet this flop once if it goes heads up and hope he folds, but we're not gonna be running anything intricate. I think this is actually a check give up spot against two people. When we hit, they're gonna pay us off so massively we don't need to bluff. Yep, that's fine, well played. Are we actually timing out here? I know it's a min raise, but don't worry about it. We're young, we got lots of time, you know? When he checks to us there, we should definitely take a stab. And again. Do not know what this player's had here. But we are betting our full house, yes. Again, can steal this if it folds round, but not when... That was a weird raise. We had ace 5 last time this came round. It's heads up this time. Flop pretty good. Against the player who's limped, just start by betting when we have this hand. Because they can call with king highs. And the pocket pairs that they may be limping. I'm not really sure what they're limping with there. I mean, if he's got nothing, he's got nothing. Just gotta bet. That is an impressive stack. That 1200 big blinds. I think we should bet half pot and then give up against this guy. I don't think we should call. I got the feeling that this hero is going to call though. We're getting in some sticky situations here. Because when we hit it, we're just going to stack him, so we don't need to worry about it those other times. That was a really quick hand. Yep. So far so good. Okay, so this is the exact situation where I'm talking about put a third of their stack in and then jam every flop. So we're gonna make it like 70 here, or 65 even. He's gonna call with everything he's free bet with. And then we're just going to play every flop like we've hit it. We're just going to bet all in, whether we hit it or not. And the reason we do that is that weaker players tend to incorrectly fold. They will call because they feel like they have to pre-flop with the great price you're going to give them, and then when they miss the flop they're going to fold, which is going to happen a lot of the time. It's better than just open jamming, because you can get like ace 10 and ace jack sort of hands to peel. Okay, that is really interesting. Right. So we could make it 250 and then drop it. But we know this guy's definitely not bluffing, but he could be doing it with such a wide range against this guy, just because he's got $2. He doesn't seem like he's going absolutely nuts. And that four betting is about 2%, so it does all make sense. We could have the same hand as him. I think if we make it like 250, we do have to fold when he shoves. I would like to see this watch unfold, but I get the feeling the hero is going to call, which I definitely don't like a call, because then this other player who made it 25 is going to shit, and then the small blind is going to re-shit, and then again we have to call. It just doesn't look like an amazing spot. It looks okay, but it's not an amazing spot. Let's see what happens. Maybe he makes it 250 and just wins. I think he's going to do it. Okay. Well, we're going to find out if he's got it or not now. I think the button's still in anyway. Why not? Sure. I think we have the same hand as the parrot. Yeah, I would check. I get a horrible feeling if the queen comes, we might be dead. So I think the king's the best card we want. That's the next best card. This is such a weird hand. Yeah, easy call, but I think we got the same hand. So he had jacks, he had a set. Ugh. That means when we have aces and kings against that guy who 4-bet, we can definitely re-raise there and get it in, because he will not be folding. Okay, I'd like to see a really big raise here on the flop. This guy is going to be calling if he has like any diamond. It's sort of nice because the player left to act now, next to act, is probably going to call this because it's so small, and then we just make an extra 5 cent off him. But basically treat these bets as a check and raise them aggressively. If you're going to bet the flop, definitely raise them. Yes, he's overcalled, so that's extra 5-er. Do not go half pot here. We want to make it big. Really big, because if they're calling, they're calling. Yes, this is excellent. I like that a lot. It's a nice binky card there. He's bet again. Even though we got a house, we still want to raise to get value. We don't want to make it super expensive, because now it's a paired board. He's going to be a bit more careful with his draws, so might have to give him a slightly better price. So if there's 2 in the pot, if we make it 1, there's going to be about 4 in the pot, and he's going to have about 4 left. I think we can make it about 120 here, and then he's got pot-sized bet left if he wants to get it in once he hits on the river. And I think the best river is going to be something like Queen of Diamonds. That's what we want. The world's held its breath. It's a decent raise, yeah, very well played. 6, that's a great card as well. Alright, unfortunately he hasn't bet like half pot here, but we are gonna rip this in now. Just rip it in, because I think like $2 is gonna be the same. Yeah, it is. What? He re-raised us? What? What did he re-raise with us with? He was super happy to get that in. Yes. So another 100 big blinds there. Just taken like it's nothing. And that's because we were raising the flop and the turn. Gave him a good price on the turn. So yes, start by betting. Don't check there. Don't ever check, because if they got nothing, they're folding anyway. So just go ahead and bet. Just bet big. I don't mind overcalling here, even though our hands are really weak, because of this player in the small blind. He looks like he's going to make a ton of mistakes. I do like his icon though, the lobster. Apparently lobsters never die. I read that on Wikipedia, so it's definitely true. Yeah, they just they live until someone eats them. They've never seen a lobster that died of old age. True fact. I would definitely bet this on the river for value. I think he had a king jacky sort of hand there. We didn't get to see his hand, which is a bit of a shame. This has got to be the world record. $64 on the $5 game. Nice. Very well played there. So, for next week, it would be great if you could send me some more videos. I'm going to play for the last hour or so. Play some Zoom. So, all you need to do is upload the video to YouTube and just send me the link, and then I'll go through it. And then if you don't want to keep it up, you can just delete it anyway. But it keeps it very cheap for you and gives me some content to stream. So that would be great. I think I got 3 more videos to do, and if you keep them about 20 minutes or so, that's really good. Any more than that, and YouTube starts getting a bit funny, and sometimes it just feels like it goes on forever. 20 minutes, even if you send me like 3 videos all 20 minutes, that's much better than one that's an hour long. Just breaks it up a little bit. Alright, let's go on to what you've all been waiting for. See, this is weird. So the games here, it's like the same amount of money there for the average pot, even though that's twice the limit. It just changed. It's weird. I get the feeling there's going to be more action in this game again though. So we're going to jump into this 5-10 here. So I think that's a good way to do it. I'll do coaching videos for about the first hour, and then we'll play for the second hour and see if we can get in some good spots. Alright, let's run good. Again, don't really worry about the numbers. I'll tell you if it's important as to why I'm making a decision or not. Otherwise, just ignore them. Okay, so We are getting in these kings. I'm I'm surprised they folded there. That looked like the sort of player who's never raising light, you know. Just gonna quickly take this auto rebuy to max. Hopefully that'll not be needed. Ooh. Just thinking about taking that big blind there. This guy is never gonna let us win. Those crazy stats. Is this the same guy up here? Wow. Okay, well, this is the perfect scenario to have a look then. If you guys insist. Not quite the flop I was looking for. We got something. Got a little piece. I give up. I check give up. Looks like there are some crazy players around in this pool. I think we got re-raised when we had kings by the only guy who wasn't going to pay us off, it looks like. Shadow. So we played some really big hands. I remember this guy. I'm definitely going to take his big blind. But yeah, he re-raises really aggressively pre-flop. This guy looks like he's playing very aggressively. But we don't have a hand we can defend with, unfortunately. If it was suited, I might think about making a move. This hand's on the cusp of stealing, like 7-10, 6-10, but this spider player is, I'm pretty sure he's going to re-raise us there. He's re-raising a third of the hands in the blinds. So if we know he's going to do that, we're not going to open those hands. It's just, why would we do that? Like, if anyone can recognise what my icon is, I'd be very impressed. Don't think anyone got it last week. They want us in. They want us in with these sixes. There it is. Now, because the board is so wet, I do not expect the pre-flop raiser to be betting as a bluff very often at all. I think we're quite happy getting this one in, as that looks like such a weak raise. Unfortunately, it means that we're going to blow this guy out, but we're really hoping this guy's got 5-6, something like that. I feel like he's got 5-6, maybe 8-9. Again, the world holds its breath. Oh, he's got sevens. Whoa, did I leave $1 behind there? That was a mistake. Did not mean to do that. Oh no. Don't worry, we'll be on the other side of one of them soon enough. Yeah, had a bit of Tieste there. I get the feeling that this guy is going to be limp cooling a lot. That's cold called in a small blind. It's not a great start. Kind of want to just take this one down. Okay, so we're going to bet half pot here. I wonder why that guy was thinking so much, you know? It was because we had $1 behind. Okay, against this player, we're just gonna rip it in. He's got a 10, Michael. I mean, the ace is kind of good because it means he doesn't have V-nut flush, but it means that there's a straight out there too for when he's got a 10. It's a very scary card for him. So that M Shadows guy's built up quite a big stack. He always seems to be doing pretty good. I think we played a massive pot the other day. It was like 5-bet pre-flop, and he had queens and I had kings. I mean, I think he had queens. He ended up folding it, but it just looked like he did. This is a decent hand to brief steal with, but I don't think that he is gonna fold, and it's just gonna get really awkward post flop. Yeah, the thing is, that's overset on such a wet board. I just feel like the opponent might have some pair plus straight draw hands there. A lot. It'd be nice if there was a flush draw on the flop too, but tell you what, I wasn't absolutely loving it, but it was just one of those, you know, gotta go with it. He could definitely turn over 5-6 or 8-9 or something there. Yeah, when we're getting to about 200 bigs, getting it all in with a set on the flop there will not be the best thing to do. You need to pick it a little bit more carefully. Yes, we can open this. So I like this 2.5 sizing from the cutoff. We want to get involved with either of the blinds. They look fun to play with. This board's quite connected, but first thing I'm going to do is make a bet, just so to take it down. Instant call. This is one of the cards that we will be barreling. So this will be a bigger bet here. And an instant call. Now, unfortunately, we don't really beat anything, but it's fine because he just check folds. See, we can run good too. It's fine. We'll be fine. I think he might have been on a draw there. I think that. This is close. I can't really bother to defend that one. I can get him like another 5 hands in the time that it takes to play that. Yeah, so on that note with the set over sets, when you do start getting really deep, you need to start knowing that sometimes on the flop, if you hit your set and you try and get all the money in and you're like 300 big blinds deep, you're not gonna be good. So you need to start playing the higher pairs. So you start ditching pairs like twos and start playing like the bigger and bigger your stacks, start playing like ditching twos, then ditching threes, fours, fives. When you're 200 bigs, like sevens and eights will be the sets you want to hit, not the deuces. I'm fully expecting a raise from that guy, so it's called, which is odd. It's a way to start by betting. I feel like he's going to have a lot more pocket pairs there than he usually would. Now that queen means that I feel like if we go a third of the pot, it's going to be close between a third of the pot here and check in. Preferred check. That's a good card. He's going to think a nine's good, so we can definitely value bet the river now. Let's go 80. Yeah, that's a close spot because you don't really want another high card to come if you think he's got a pocket pair. But it's hard. It's really hard to get value. You can go for a third of the pot. I think that would be the next best option. The sad thing about cash games is you never make a final table, you know? I wonder what the world record is for 10NL deepest stack. Okay, so this guy looks mental. We are gonna get it in against this guy. Really hoping this guy folds. No, don't do that. Oh man. Yeah, I was happy to get it in against the button, but that call there is very scary and suspicious to me. I think we're gonna need a jack. Alright, but the thing is, we're definitely beating this guy, but I'm sure this guy's going to have a better hand he's going to call with. Yeah, he's got it. He's going to have tens or something, right? Oh my goodness, he had nines. That guy somehow had fours. We knew we were ahead of that guy. I don't know how that guy overcalled with nines. Wow. We dodged one there, man. Sometimes you just gotta watch it, right? Wow. We did need a jack. We're gonna be taking this big blind if it falls around. Unfortunately, this player here has decided to ruin all of the fun. He means it in a nice way though, because he meant it in a good way. We'll go for 3 times in middle position. Opening slightly bigger the earlier we are. I think we're gonna pass this one. That's the time when you don't really want 8s, 9s, 10s, you want to have ace king so you can reshove it back. But when you reshove back those pairs, you're going to get crushed when they just call you straight away with 10s and jacks and queens. At least with ace king, you're never totally dead unless they have aces. And then you can always hit straight, maybe. Or a few kings. I think that icon there is meant to be an eagle, but it looks a lot like a duck today. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's meant to be an eagle. With this sort of player, we can re-raise really light, but 9-jack isn't quite good enough. Like, ace-jack would be great there. Maybe even king-jack and ace-10. And we just raise really small to isolate them. It's a play we use against a specific type of opponents. Okay. Right, so usually I would probably pop this up to like 60. But I actually like calling because I think this guy is definitely going to call, and then this guy is definitely going to call, or ship, and then this guy is definitely going to call. So then we've just raised up for no reason. We do want some fold equity when we raise with pocket pairs around the button cutoff. Okay, so this is a hand where we would usually free bet for value and to stop the big blind squeezing, but because the big blind's never gonna squeeze, we want to let him in. Just slowly invite him in, coax him into the warm fire. Fire's fine. Unfortunately, we miss. We tried. We wanted to play against a big blind, really. If we do hit that flop with king-queen, we just start by betting, because when we bet and the big blind call, the button's going to play really honest. I expect to be raised by the big blind a decent amount, but I think 8-9 is just too good to dump. I've got a surprise from this guy. Right, we're definitely folding, but I think the big blind was thinking about calling that. Against this guy. I usually prefer to raise those hands, but he's just not going to fold. So we'll just do it with more value hands. We do not want to play 3-2 against the guy in that big blind. I mean, unless you like cycling uphill. Some people like that. It's good exercise. I prefer the low-hanging fruit, you know? When you play poker a lot, you can start to get a feel of what's gonna happen before it happens. Like, the reason I said that is because just this guy here is free betting a lot, and he's on the button, and this guy's opened the cutoff, so you can sort of see it coming before it actually happens. And that really helps you with your opens, because if you open a hand and then you're like, well, this guy's gonna re-raise, this guy is gonna re-raise really light, combine them two together, then you'd be like, well, if I'm not going to see a flop with this hand, there's no point opening it. Am I going to re-raise this guy if he raises me? No? Then catch the next one. if these players raise, we're calling to let in these blinds because they look very weak. We're also going to make it 3x here instead of the usual smaller raise because it looks like we just want to get it in against them. This is very awkward. I have a feeling there's going to be some fireworks this hand. Oh, don't do that. You just never know what they have when they're going at it like that, right? I like a call here if you think these guys aren't going to re-raise a lot, but this guy is re-raising a lot there, the small blind. Sometimes you don't want to click watch unfold. If you think this guy is re-raising light, this is a great hand to 4-bet light with, but I don't think he is because of the positions, and he's not free betting very much. Okay, so this guy, we've got him in the big blind too. I think he's going to play quite honest though against this short stack, so we're just going to put in a third and then rip it in. If he's 100 big blinds, then I really like calling to letting the shadows guy squeeze there. Look, pot size bet left. I mean, we were going to do it anyway, but it's nice when you can see that. No, we're not going to play this against the big blind if it comes around. We are going to raise this up. Expect to be miles ahead of his limping and cooling range. Every time you open a hand pre-flop that's limped, just make a note of the raise size you make it and the action the opponent takes. If he limp folds to 5x, then technically we didn't need a hand to make that raise. So if we're about to play a hand that we may fold, or we don't think is strong enough, that's a good time to make it 6x. Give him a little extra encouragement. Okay, if Brutus overcalled there, we would re-raise to isolate him, but I don't really want to play this hand against that player. It's one too bad. We need one more. One more higher. And the reason for that is I don't think he's opening ace-10 under the gun, but he's definitely opening ace-king and ace-queen. This guy is not re-raising very much either. And he is not folding to 4 bets. From what we've seen so far. I mean, when we have kings, he'll fold to the 4 bet. Don't have quite enough info to make it 3x on the button against these players yet. That board is really wet. I think it's still better to bet. We are not betting that turn. Can take it. Betting half pot, you need to think of a reason not to do it really, because they only need to fold a third at a time for you to break even with that move. And even when they call, you know you're checking back the turn anyway unless you hit, so you're seeing 2 cards, not 1. They're trying to invite us in here, but I've been in this situation before. This is a situation where we are going to isolate this player by raising small so that they continue with their entire range. Because he's not folding anything here, so that means everything he's opening, he's playing. And on this flop, we are gonna bet and bet again. He looks quite aggressive, so I think if we bet small, he may raise this. And also, it puts a lot of pressure on him if he calls the turn. Sorry, if he calls the flop, he's going to have a wider range of hands there. So when we bet big on the turn, it's going to make it really difficult for him to play. And when we make bets of like 35% of the pot, they don't need to fold very often at all for us to make money on that. I think it's like 27% or something like that. Okay, so we're going to start betting quite big. It's difficult to get value. So what I think is better doing here is a check and calling, because I think they're going to bet their pocket pairs like 8s, 9s and 10s here. And he's gone for half pot, so I'm pretty sure we're looking good here. And I do not expect him to bet the river as a bluff. Oh, I'm surprised he's bet this. Yeah, I don't think he'd be bluffing there at all. Maybe he just smooth called the flop because it was rainbow. Like, I don't think he'd use that sizing if he had pocket 10s there, trying to get value from like pocket 9s. So hands we raise in the big blind there would be ones that we would open from the cutoff. Okay, we're going to take a little stab here now. I like checking back the flop when we have a gut shot in position, and then when they probe bet the turn, you can raise them. It just means we use our draw a bit more effectively. Okay, this is the guy. This is the guy who's going to sort us out tonight. George. Okay, I don't think we're ever getting this through if we bet. That's a big bet. This is going to be a great fold. Kind of interested to see what this guy's got when he bets the pot. Schwanderpools. Oh, the Quaddingtons! That's the first Quaddingtons we've seen! Brilliant! Monsieur Quaddingtons, I presume? Trying to see what the other guy had actually. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, we can try and steal this one. That's what we want to see. Nice little takedown. We're not going to raise our normal size here because he's going to continue a lot with this hand. So we're going to just encourage him to come along a little bit. We are going to bet once and hope he gives up. 8-9. So this was the action in the other hand. He had 8-9. Okay, so we are gonna start by betting. Oh, unexpected. Well, Schwan pulls, how's that working out for you? that hand was a little bit too weak to play against that player. Okay, so we'll want to try and get against the small blind in this hand. Well, either of the blinds, you know, just being in position is nice. Okay, so we're called in 2. Let's start by betting half pot. Yeah, we're not loving that. I mean, we tried. Do we win that 2/3 of the time? Maybe. Yes, let's see 3. That's an unusually large bet. So this player is only doing that with ace king and queens plus. Apparently, I mean 400 hands, I think it's enough. You can make a tight fold there. Okay, so let's start by isolating this player here. Again, it's a decent flop. It's quite wet though. There's a lot of draws, so we're just going to be betting quite big here for value. If they have like a pair and a draw there, they're just going to be calling massive bets anyway, so just bet really big. We can try and steal this one here. I think he's going to fold a lot in the big blind. He hit the deuce. We'll bet a third pot on the turn now. I think we are ahead. That is a value bet. Well, I had a crazy day on the fiver now. I thought I was building a mega stack, and then I got a video from this guy, and he's sitting on like $65. I think that must be the record. Yeah, the cat avatar was something different. Quite like that lobster one. I think that's my favourite. Yes. Yes, that is one of those curved TVs, you're right. Okay, good spot here to make a small raise, just like last time. So instantly, two other players cold call, and we get to see a four-way flop. Get a feeling this one's not getting through, guys. Have a feeling it was not getting through that time. So we've what's the stats? We're gonna play HUDless for a bit, it looks like. Not sure why this happened. That's fine. It means we'll just play like normal, like we normally would. We're betting this one for value here. Not expecting to get raised there. Okay, so moustache guy. Check back to compare from now on. That's the note I've taken mentally. There he is. I know you. It's the same hand, right? So if you have a loose player who's opening really wide, you can raise them with more value hands, but you don't want to make it a bigger size because you're raising them with more hands. So what you do is let them continue with everything that they open with by making a raise size that's so small that they have to call. So that way when they open 10 jack to 30 and then you make it like 70 or 80, they're definitely continuing with it. Okay, we pick up a nice little draw here. So you start by betting big. The reason we're betting big now is because we want them to fold, and when they call the flop and fold the turn, they've lost more money, and we win a bigger pot. No, I'm not peeling the Jack 3 big blind verse under the gun. Although Jack 3 is my go-to hand to tell people what I had. You know, like when you get called at showdown, or you don't get called at showdown, and then the obvious question comes, hey, what did you have? Jack 3. I always have Jack 3. Okay, so we're going to call here to let in the froggy man. Okay, I think we are winning. We are not going to value bet the river unless it's a 10. We expect him to check back a lot of weaker hands here. Fortunately, the Hold'em manager thingy is not letting me see the hands they have at the moment. It's been good all day, I promise. It's just broken now. That's a good flop. Thought my internet was going to break then. Flop a house, the house falls down. Yep, that was the one check raise he's probably gonna do today. You picked the right spot. So you're enjoying the Huel, yeah? We're just going to play for another 5-10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm not sure LinkedIn's the best place to start a game on, but good luck. There's Microsoft. People with facial hair are twice as likely to bluff you. Should have remembered that. This is a spot where we just bet once. We likely have 2 live cards. Ah, you got the chocolate version, yeah? Went for the original myself. Did get a free t-shirt. I get the feeling the action has happened already now. Like nothing seems to have happened since that ace-10 check raise. This hand is one off opening into the gun. And look who it is on the button. Twice as more likely to bluff, remember that. Nah, the facial hair tell is real. The bigger the beard, the bigger the bluff. That's a fact. Ah, look who it is. Oh, we knew what he was going to do that time. That was everything just lined up perfectly for that last hand against him as well, where I could hit the flop, check back and call the turn and river. Well, thank you for tuning in. If you do want to be featured on next week's first portion of the live coaching, just send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, one of my pages there, or Twitter, and just literally upload the video to YouTube, send me the link, and then I'll watch it live. I actually better start pre-vetting these videos to make sure there's nothing bad happening on them like halfway through. But yeah, please send them in and I'll be happy to go through them. Alright, have a lovely rest of the Tuesday evening, party poker people.